right being on the road. The split is good, but I thought we had an opportunity at Southern Miss, even though we didn't play very well. 13 seconds left. We had the free throw line up by one, and you're hoping you at least shoot 50%, didn't. And to me, that was kind of tough. But you don't always go back at those in the game. But I thought we frustrated them a lot. We shut down Davis. She had 5 points. I know she got hurt toward the end of the game, but actually, I thought they played better when she went out. They started to kind of move the ball around and made it a little bit more difficult to guard that inside game. So, but a pretty good game, opportunity to get a win. We didn't. Fell a little short and then go to Texas State. And it was probably one of our better offensive outputs, especially in the third quarter. I thought we played really, really well defending. Both teams, Southern Miss and Texas State, were averaging about 65 to 68 points a game. Hold them into, one 44, another one 51. So we're doing a good job on the defensive side. We just got to continue to improve on the offensive side, it's just and make shots. Finding ways to make shots, manufacture them on the defensive side. I thought Kara Wren played extremely well in Texas State. She got her first double-double of her career, so that was good for her. And she got some big rebounds along the stretch. And then, I think D. Rice really showed up. Coach Deacon's really been on D. Rice about putting up the ball, taking shots, kind of being more aggressive. And I thought she was. 21 points is her career high, I think, here at UL. And 12 for 12 from the free throw line is a record over here. I think it's the most consecutive free throws made by a player ever. So, some good things happen. We just got to keep on getting better, keep on getting better. Everybody's kind of beating up on each other in the conference. I think James Madison's the only undefeated team. So we're right there in the mix. We just got to keep on winning, keep on improving.
So what does this mean for Destiny? Is that, not make that a one-time thing, but she can be more aggressive and does she need to be more of the central figure and less of the contributor until other people start getting consistently out there?
I guess I'm so old school that you get your consistency from working in practice with your teammates. And, I think early on, her being out pretty much all summer, she was out all summer, and then coming back and being limited in practice. You're on a bike, you can only learn so much on a bike. And I think that's what kind of taking the inconsistency away from her. It's not that she doesn't know and she doesn't have the game, but her practices have been more. She's been more in practice than any time she's been here in the 2 years or a year and a half. So hopefully we can continue to practice and her health can stay up to where she can get more consistent. She's got the game. It's just to get consistent at it. And if any of y'all know of a better way, let me know. But it's going to be, to me, if you just do it in a game, it's hard to be consistent. You'll have one good game and 3 bad ones. So hopefully we can continue to use her in practice and her stay somewhat healthy to feel more consistent. She's got the mindset to do it. There's no doubt in my mind. Is the physical stuff hold up?
Coach, through 4 conference games, where would you say is the biggest positive that you've seen from Eugene?
Man, it was just fun Saturday to see a team. We went through a little shoving match or whatever when one of our kids was on the ground, a big kid lands on her, and they push each other. And the referees separate us, and they put us in a huddle. And just to see the excitement that those kids have on how they want to win, man. They work, and so all my thought process was watching. I was in the middle of them, and they jumping up and down. Let's go. Let's not worry about what's going on with the other team. Let's worry about all I could hear is that. And so the growth of, to me, that's more important than the wins, is the growth of a person. And, I saw all of them, even the freshmen were involved in it too. So, I thought that's the biggest thing that I'm taking away is we're growing as a team. We talk about player-led. I know, Kevin, you hear that all the time from us. We trying to be player-led, and I think that was one of the games that we were player-led. Coaches kind of were able to sit back and see the excitement of the kids wanting to play together and wanting to win. Just wanted, hey, what do we need to do to win? And I think that's the biggest thing I'm seeing right now. And then, you got to get confidence. How do you get confidence? You see the ball go in. So I still think we have a lot of room to improve, but I saw that improvement too, So as long as we can keep on, our main statement is not about winning. It's about, can we get better every game? And maybe that's the wrong thing to do, but it's kind of what we feel that we need to do as a team to where we lead ourselves into the conference tournament. Hopefully we can make a run.
Do you feel like that type of moment could be a potential turning point for your team, becoming more player-led, the team rallying around each other and being able to build off of that win?
No doubt. I mean, you could see it right after we came out. Man, we hit some big shots, We moved the ball. One of them was in transition. I can kind of I just remember Sherry Porter hitting a three. We come down, the post players. Everybody was doing what their role was. And to see Sherry hit the three off of a transition play, I thought that was pretty big. And, just the excitement. And then you go down and, we were trapping. We were doing some things on the defensive side. I mean, honestly, I think they have three of the best players. Everybody's got one really good player, but they have three really good players. And for us to shut Hood down, now I know she's kind of banged up a little bit, but, man, we shut her down. And Kennedy Taylor is the best point guard in the conference. She's by far the best point guard, 8 assists a game and all that. To slow her down. Now, she hit some threes, she can make adjustments, but I just think all those things are starting to kind of show up because of their attitudes. We get to choose how we want to play and how hard we want to play. Our kids play hard. And that's what drives me so much is I think they're so deserving of more. They're more media, they just are, and we don't get it, It's we're very lucky that we got some local guys that care about our sport. But, it's like I think about it all the time is they deserve a lot, man. Them kids work, man. They work as hard as any other athlete in the state, so. But, you got to win and you got to be at the national level sometimes to be able to get a little bit more attention, and that's part of the game. We're going to try to do that, but at the same time, we win it in so many other different ways, I love what our kids are doing as student college athletes. They're living that dream of becoming a better person and all that stuff. I'll stop.
So besides Destiny, were there any combinations or any individuals that offensively where somebody might have shown some improvement for down the road to be a little more consistent offensively?
What I like is, A.B. Blanton is I thought she was important in that game because of what she did, the role. She kind of stuck to her role. Sometimes she's very aggressive, very smart player. She comes out of it. I thought she did a good job of the offensive rebounding and making the defense guard her. It wasn't like she just got out there and they didn't have to worry about her. They were kind of shading over and doing some things. So I thought she brought something different to the game that I think can really, really help us. In a standpoint, because we're kind of playing Jalen James and her, trying to alternate and see who's going to give us, that role where they have to kind of guard. And Jay too. Jay's got some ways to go, especially on the defensive side, but she can score it. Just again, how do we get more consistent? And I preach it every day. It starts in practice. But those two could be big for us. Tamara by Tamara getting in foul trouble early, it took her off the court, so she didn't play 36 minutes, or she played 25 minutes. So she was more effective, and I think that's going to be a big thing. Can we find somebody to give these starters some rest so they can be more effective?
What have you seen from South Alabama so far?
South Al's struggling a little bit like us scoring. They're not scoring it like they used to, and they don't have that big inside game like they used to. I think that's going to be the big thing. He's still defending pretty good and doing the same. His system's the same. I think just the lack of experience like we have. I think it's. I love what Terry does. He does a great job. It's just kind of fighting that fact of trying to find that experience and stuff like that. And I'm hoping we're not the one that give it to him. So it's always tough. It's like Coastal, the coach after the game said, "Man, we hadn't shot like that all year." It's just some of those times that happen. So hopefully, I think we can guard them. I think we'll have to kind of put some pressure on them and try to create some turnovers.